What is up, all you CCL type people? This is Tom. I'm here with your week 2 of the CCL. This week we take on GBMiracle, aka Mike, owner of the Portland Trail-Blazikens. Now this team was very scary. Actually, probably had a fantastic matchup against mine. You see a part of his roster here, but his full roster includes Cresselia, Landorus T, Superior, Suicune, Entei, Gyarados, Tornadus I, Mienshao, Gudra, Skuntank, and Mega Altaria. Now that'll be up on the screen as I explain it, but his team was a bitch to handle. I pretty much not crossed out Gudra and Gyarados, but everything else that I thought was pretty much free game for him. So that's a 9 Mons I had to prepare for. The team that I brought maybe gave me the best chance. I kind of had a hard time because Entei pretty much demolishes anything, even if he had Stone Edge, which I'm pretty sure he did. Takes out Arcanine real well. By the way, I got Arcanine, which I traded away Entei to him, and I got Fortress, trade away Blastoise to Pippo, which I think I play later on this season. But his team was pretty scary. I thought he'd bring Cress, Landorus, Suicune, Entei, Mega Altaria, and was kind of split between Tornadus I and Skuntank. I love Skuntank because it's only Defogger, capable of getting away hazards. Yes, but really I did my best this week. I kind of couldn't really prepare for everything. Like his speed tiers, nothing falls below base 80 if I recall. And that was kind of a bitch because I have a lot of slower things on my team and, a few kind of fast things. Point is, this week was tough. I don't feel confident in this matchup. I pretty much planned every day, little by little, trying to make the best team. Couldn't really come to a conclusion. Put together the best 6 Mons and kind of hope for the best. But that being said, I'm going to go through the match. I will pause as always just to kind of explain my thoughts and to go through the match as it is. This week I am bringing Spec Sylveon. I figured it would hit everything really hard. He didn't bring the Crest, so everything gets hit really hard with a Specs Hyper Voice. Choice Band Scissor, yes, I know he's Landorus. Yes, I know he has a Gyarados. But I figured just U-turn momentum would really help. Spikes, Kaboom, Fortress, Roserade, which is timid like last week with a just standard set, dual stab. D-Dance, Mence, which I'm fucking having a hard time using Mence. And then Uxie, a very interesting Uxie set. I'm trying hard to kind of throw my opponent off by not bringing super standard sets, but hey, you gotta see if something works. Throw it against the wall, see if it works. So I'm gonna start off now. Starting off, I lead with Fortress, he leads with Mienshao. I figured I could at least get rocks up, but the problem here was that if he didn't lead with something like, I don't know, if he led with Entei, I kind of had a different thought, but I got rocks up. I broke my Sturdy, so here, me staying in, I was kind of like, he's going to go for Flamethrower, and it probably would have killed me, but I stayed in because nothing really wanted to take a fire move. Goes into Skuntank, and he goes for the manliest foul play ever. Right there, Mence was pretty useless. I'm going to move it down, slow it down just a little bit. Mence was pretty much useless right here. He goes for foul play. I was expecting Defogs, expecting Sucker Punch, expecting Flamethrower, expecting something that wasn't a foul play. That play right there pretty much kind of hampered my offense. Of course, I'm also an idiot for bringing in Mence this early when nothing was really weakened. I haven't got any hazards up. I don't know what else I could have went to, maybe Roserade, but I was fearing the Flamethrower, so this week I kind of prepared. I prepared too much for Skuntank and Mega Altaria, not enough for things like Entei, so fire moves pretty much decimate this team, kind of decimates my team as a whole. Gonna have to adjust for that, but I did have Entei, it wouldn't help against his team, but anyway. Go for Earthquake, doesn't kill, and he then goes for a Defog, gets rid of all of the hazards, but he lives at 2%. Pretty sure at this point he goes into Landorus, so I go for a Dragon Claw. I do have Aqua Tail, didn't want to go for it, thought about going for it, but I figured Dragon Claw would knock him out and I can get some damage off. Also, I think here I just say fuck it to Salamence, let him knock me out with the knockoff, so he is Scarfed. That means that I think I can set up hazards again. I was really set up on getting hazards up because it means that Entei didn't come in for free, but it also meant that I could at least kind of pressure Skuntank because he was so low that he couldn't really take another hit. Now, that double right there put me a little bit back into a position of, relative good matchup, I guess. The problem is, like, I have to go for BP, have to go for U-turn, or test his speed, how much he put into his speed, to see if I outspeed him. Because I'm choice banned, not choice scarfed, and if I go for bullet punch, yeah, I'll knock him out. However, I won't get any kind of idea as to how fast he is. So pretty much right here, I just go for a U-turn, get out of there. I really did play with fire there, literally, because he could have fire blast, flamethrower, knock me out. Because I didn't have enough speed at Adamant or Jolly to outspeed a really hot maximum speed invested Skunk Tank. Go for U-turn, get out. He's going to go for U-turn himself, going to go back into Fortress, try and get rocks up again. Really set on getting rocks up this week. Not really sure it helped, but I didn't really have the best option. Like, my idea this week was to get up hazards, kind of cripple Cresselia or Suicune, and then pretty much click Hyper Voice with Sylveon. Didn't quite work. But the Uxie set here is a very interesting one. Knockoff. I very defensive, like a bold nature. I have U-turn, as well as Thunder Wave. But I go for knockoff. Going to go for another knockoff here. I did not expect him to switch. I actually kind of just stated I wanted to see if I can keep getting damage off. And then once I got hazards up, it would kind of allow me to at least, I think, have a chance to kill him with a Hyper Voice with Sylveon. But go for another knockoff. Knocks off his leftovers. And right here, I'm pretty sure this is where I start, like, kind of losing grasp of the battle. Get up rocks again. I didn't have a very good answer for the Suicune. Obviously, Scissor can't do much. Sylveon, he can go for Scald at this point. Like, it's going to do damage, but the problem is I can't really do much back to him. So my best option here is the Boom, get up rocks, prevent him from keep getting his Calm Minds up, you know, boosting his stats. Goes for Scald, does knock me out. Crit didn't matter, but I tricked him with Choice Scarf, so that means that he can't keep setting up. So this allows me to go into Roserade. I do outspeed him because he's not going to, you know, put speed into a Suicune. If he does, he's a Lord, and it is a CCL, so I'm not really gonna hamper that as an idea. But I go for Sleep Powder. I do have a lot of speed. I am timid, of course. You know, put him to sleep. Stays asleep. Go for a good drain. Does a very good amount of damage. 21% at +3. I'll take it. He's not doing that much, so I am. Actually, yeah, he's faster than me, so he is. Oh, he's scarfed. Duh. But I go for 2 Giga Drains. He stays asleep. Now, right here, even if he does Scald me, he only does 40%, so I can get back, what, 7% on top of that, plus the Black Sludge. So I wasn't really worried here. I was able to take out the Suicune. So that's like kind of one threat down. But the problem is Entei then comes in for free, and something has to die. Because he's going to go for Sacred Fire. Something's going to die. I didn't really have anything at this point. Didn't have anything, period, for this Entei. Besides like Arcanine, which is on my roster. But I learned the hard way that if the Entei has Stone Edge and you don't have an Intimidate on, you're pretty much dead. So if you just saw there, Sylveon comes in. Now, I kind of fudged up the hidden power values this week on Showdown. That's my fault. At that point, I was kind of grasping at straws because this is what was going to happen. I had HP Ground, right? If I go for HP Ground, he dies. I think it does maximum 58% to an Entei. That includes no HP investment, no def investment, but I'm pretty sure he had speed, attack, and HP investment. If not, split it into the defenses. But the thing is, goes Sacred Fire. If I went for HP Ground, that means he goes into Landorus. Landorus gets a switch out with U-turn if I go into Scissor, and then that means that he then goes into Entei, and we play this shit again where something dies through Sacred Fire. Lo and behold, I lost the match. Now, the Iron Head crit didn't really matter. It might have. The one thing I did mess up there is that I didn't. So I couldn't speed creep enough for the Entei because, of course, Sylveon's base 60 speed, Scissor's base 65 speed, everything on my team is very slow. The Roserade is where I fucked up. Roserade was timid, but I only accounted for all the base 85s and the base 84 in Skunk Tank. Now, Entei is base 100, Adamant. Now, if I was timid max speed, I could outsped him. That's where I kind of fell a little bit short. That's my fault. So, I don't really feel too bad, but I just feel like I kind of dropped the ball a little bit right there. Maybe I could have got him to sleep. If I put him to sleep, I then could have went for Sludge Bomb and knocked him out, or just straight up knocked him out with Sludge Bomb, which then allowed me to kind of still have the match in my favor, although Landorus T did check my Scissor, and I think I would really have to rely on Sylveon taking a hit, if not, you know, pretty much ensuring that I could take a hit and then knock everything out. I was spec, so, you know, if Manchow outsped me, no, I didn't. Did I outspeed? No, I did not speed Altaria. I did not speed Altaria. And, yeah, I did not speed Entei. So, let's fuck this week. That's the bottom line. not salty. This is a learning experience. I do take on Mike once more. I'm not really worried. 0-2. I think I'm -5, but I could bring it back. Next week I take on Geo. His team is Sand primarily, Excadrill, Victini, Tyranitar, a few other things. I feel more confident coming into that week than I do this week. This week I had so much to handle, and I didn't have that much time to really plan out everything, and I'm making excuses now. Anyway, that being said, hope you all enjoyed. I will continue to do these every Sunday, but for now I'm going to go back to watching Scrubs and laughing, and yeah, I will upload this, and yeah, have a good day, and I will see you next weekend. Bye.